Welcome to Ancient Baker. Today we'll be making buckwheat groat muffins. The first thing that you need to do is prepare your buckwheat groats. In 2 to 3 cups of water, boil 1 cup of buckwheat groats. You'll be discarding the water, so that really doesn't matter the amount of water that you use. I generally use 2 to 2.5 cups of water. Bring that to a boil and reduce it to a simmer. While that's happening, you can mix up the rest of the ingredients. Now we're going to mix up the muffins with everything except the groats, which are on the stove right now. Once they begin boiling, bring them down to a simmer. Keep them covered. First ingredient we're going to work with is 1/2 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. Next, we'll add 1/4 cup chopped walnuts, or 34 grams. While I break up these pieces of walnuts, let me tell you a little bit about buckwheat. Buckwheat is gluten-free. It is actually a seed, not wheat. It can be a little deceiving. Buckwheat is a complete protein, which is a great benefit for vegetarians. Buckwheat is high in fiber. These muffins have many nutritious ingredients in them. We make these for breakfast. 1 to 2 muffins is a good portion size. You'll see they are sweetened with maple syrup. So after I've broken up the walnuts, this is if I haven't purchased chopped walnuts. I have to break them a little smaller. Next ingredient we're going to add is 1/4 cup pumpkin seeds. One tablespoon of chia seeds. You'll notice this recipe is very healthy and includes a lot of omegas and fiber. To add even more fiber, we're going to add 1/4 cup of flaxseed. Now this is a flaxseed meal or ground flaxseed. If I don't buy ground flaxseed, I will grind it myself using a coffee grinder. Quarter cup or 21 grams of ground flaxseed. This is a quick recipe to make and it makes 12 muffins. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I will include the written recipe in the comment section of this video. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Two eggs. You may have seen me walk away from the bowl. What I was doing there was turning my groats down. They're boiling, so I'm turning them down to a simmer and keeping them covered. Again, we're going to be discarding the water, so you just always want to make sure there's water. That's what's going to soften the groats. The groats start out very hard. Mix up the ingredients and add your 2 eggs. I've tried this recipe with buckwheat flour. It's acceptable, but it's definitely not as good as buckwheat groats. I get the buckwheat groats either through Amazon or Vitacost. If you are using buckwheat flour, you'll want 215 grams. Here we have 1.5 cups of any milk of your choice. I use soy milk or almond milk, but cow's milk is fine as well, whichever milk you use. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup almond butter. You can use any sort of nut butter that you'd like. Peanut butter, sun butter, but I use almond butter. And to sweeten the recipe, you can either use 3 packets of stevia. That's 1½ teaspoons of powdered stevia. You can use coconut sugar, 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. You can use cane sugar, or in our case, I use a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. When serving, you could add a little bit more maple syrup on top if you'd like. I make these ahead. We cut them in half and heat them in the microwave. And the final ingredient is going to be 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. If you'd like, you can use a 1/2 tablespoon. Mix that all together. And go check on your groats. At this point, the groats should be ready. If your groats aren't ready, as I kind of see mine look like they need a little bit more time, give them a stir. If you need to add more water, you can. If it looks like they've absorbed a lot of it, just add some more water. Again, we're going to discard the water so it doesn't make a change to the recipe. Keep them covered though. Now when they're finished, you're going to rinse the groats. Rinse, rinse, and rinse again. Very easy to do. The groats take about 10 minutes to cook, not that long. You see some recipes say to soak them overnight. I don't do that, I just cook them. Rinse, rinse, and rinse some more, and then we're going to add it to our bowl of ingredients. And that's the last ingredient. Stir. Everything's in there now. We have our coconut, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flaxseed, cinnamon, salt, eggs, nut butter, milk, maple syrup, and vanilla. Now we're going to add them to the muffin pan. I want to show you here that you want to scoop kind of from the bottom, but make sure you get a mixture. If you skim only from the top, you're going to have all liquid. If you skim all the way only from the bottom, you're going to have all solids. So I kind of am aware as I scoop. You're going to fill the muffin cups to the max, and they'll be fine. This recipe does not rise or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And you'll see that I am filling them, and anything left over, I'm going to top. These make nice big muffins. I do want to get the nutritional breakdown of these muffins. I have in the past, but I did not write it down because I was very interested to know the calories and the amount of protein. Again, remember, buckwheat groat flour is a complete protein. Topping everything off, using every last bit of these good ingredients. Now we're going to pop this into a 375-degree oven. .375-degree oven for 24 minutes. Couldn't quite remember how long I put it on for. 24 minutes is a perfect time. When the muffins are done, after the fog clears, you'll see I'm gonna show you how you kind of tap the top, and they are firm. If they're liquidy at all, they just need a couple more minutes. You really can't over bake it. You can, however, underbake. And if you find they're underbaked, pop them back in the oven and put them on for longer. So I tap and you can see it's firm. I let these cool for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes in the muffin pan, and then pop them out, let them cool, and I store them in the refrigerator.